welcoming Sergeant Warren Kavanaugh from the Richland County Sheriff's Department, the Fugitive Task Force K-9 unit. How are you doing?
Yes, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing great, and looking forward to the Guardians of the Night 5K set for July 31st, right?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
So you guys have this K-9 5K every year so that you can raise money for the unit. So what kind of money or what kind of funds are needed to keep this unit going?
Right. So early on, 2011 was our first year that we did the race. But prior to that, the way that we raised funds for the K-9 unit, we had the sheriff's golf tournament. Well, then the kids print, where you go and you're able to get your kids fingerprinted and things in case that you need your kids' fingerprints. The golf tournament went to start funding them. And so retired Lieutenant Kevin Hoover and I were sitting around one day and we said, man, how are we going to tap back into the community like we had with this golf tournament, and try to raise funds for the Sheriff's Department's K-9 unit? Leashes, collars, balls, food, vet bills. Back then we didn't have them, but now bulletproof vests. One bulletproof vest is custom fitted for the dogs, and it's anywhere between $2,500 and $3,000 each. Mind you, we have 18 dogs on the K-9 unit. If you're quick at math, that gets on up there. So these funds go directly to the K-9 unit in order to help purchase these items or an unexpected vet bill or something along those lines. So Lieutenant Kevin Hoover and I decided, hey, you know what? Let's tap into the running community. The first race we did, we were not expecting anybody to show up. We had 150 people show up. So far, this race has grown to one of the largest in the state. We normally have a little over 500 racers now. And what's important, what's unique to this race is, there's a lot of other 5Ks that are out there. There's a lot of other departments that do 5Ks. But there are people who for 364 days out of the year, they don't run. They don't do any extracurricular exercise or walking. But on this day, July 31st, every year, they come out and they either run or walk this 5K. Wow. So there are people who are not runners, who are not walkers. They still come. Last year, unfortunately, we were only able to do it virtually because of the COVID pandemic.
But I understand that was very successul.
It was extremely successful. Yes. Rich, what we're hoping this year, because we're now in person and virtual this year, that we can grow this even more. Yeah. And it's really special to us because of the connection that it brings to the K-9 unit and the community. Bridging that gap is extremely important. We kind of get to, take the vest off per se and get to be normal citizens around this race. They get to see our dogs. We get to interact with them. There's a lot of petting, a lot of handshaking, and believe it or not, a lot of thank yous. It's hard sometimes when you have a sponsor that's handing you a check for $5,000, but they're telling you thank you. And you feel like it should be you that's thanking them for their donation, but they tell you thank you. So this connection that this race brings between this unit and the community is more than just a race. It's more than just a 5K. This is a really deeply rooted, heartfelt event for a lot of people, including everybody here on the K-9 unit.
I remember back in 2017, you had it near like the summit or somewhere.
It used to be the Village of Sandhills. Yes, ma'am.
The Village of Sandhills, yeah.
Yes.
So now it has changed and you're doing it at the South Carolina State Fairgrounds.
That's right. So it's now at the fairgrounds. It's a little bit flatter. If you remember back in 2017, we ended up out on Clemson Road and down the Cloverleaf, which was a hill, and back up the Cloverleaf, which was a hill. This is a much flatter race. It like that course is certified. So all of your big event racers can come and run a certified race. And how that works is it's called the Tour de Columbia, and they have to accumulate some of these certified races. So we are a certified course. so the big racers can come and get that in. But also, it's a flatter course for those walkers. We have people in wheelchairs that come out for this event, and it makes it much easier for both ends of the spectrum in order to have a good, safe family event. But if you're a racer, you can still come and race a fast time.
All right. Tell us about registration.
So registration is on strictlyrunning.com. You just go to strictlyrunning.com, go to their calendar of events, click on the Guardians of the Night K9 5K, and everything to include your virtual sign up will be right there as well.
Okay. What about day of? Do you accept anybody day of?
Absolutely. Day of, we have registration. So when you pre-register, it's a little bit cheaper than the day of registration. I think it goes up $5. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. 25 pre-registration. I think 30 day of is, I think, how we have it set up. So you can register day of the event as well. You don't have to do it pre-race. But yeah, everything. It's like I said, it's 10 years. This is our decade race. So we've got a very well-oiled machine that produces this race, and we're ready to rock. We can't wait to see everybody.
Yes, and all the funds go toward the K9 unit. Not one dime goes anywhere else, but it is funded to keep these dogs doing what they do to help our law enforcement. Yes. Sergeant, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Wish you the best.
This was great.
Again, it's the Guardians of the Night K9 5K coming up on July 31st, the nighttime race. Get your registration in now. You said strictlyrunning.com.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll see you soon. And thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me. Y'all take care.